Kingdom.
To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it.
Energy, and the juice.
Juicy win after juicy win.
Yes, sir. We're back. We were in a do or die battle with the Rockets, and we ended up with the W. What a night! How are you feeling tonight, bro?
You know what? It's kind of stinky how we won this game.
Stinky.
It's
That's a perfect way to
it was a very stinky game overall. Like we didn't play like we deserved to win, but I mean at least we were able to really come clutch in the end. And you know what? We'll take it. For better or for worse, we're the 6th seed. We're the 6th seed. Heat lost tonight, so we're 6th seed. We'll take the win, but you know I guess at what cost? Because that was not pretty at all. But I guess as Chubb said, you'd rather win nasty than lose pretty.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. So the first quarter, man, Şengün, man, you got to give it up to Şengün, bro, because this man looked like a prime Shaquille O'Neal tonight, bro. I was like, whoa. In this first quarter, I mean, he was dominating. We had no answer for Şengün. But then in the first quarter, Nets led the Rockets 30-25. Spencer had a nice teardrop in the final seconds. Again, we just couldn't stop Şengün, man, in that first half. Second quarter, it's still a really close game. On the first half, what do you think to you, Rage? Like, what did we do wrong? Why were the Rockets just kind of staying with us and just giving us a battle in that first half? Like, what went wrong for the Nets?
I mean, everything's just sloppy. You get out hustled, you get out rebounded, and the thing is, it's like even with what's it called? Even with
Şengün?
Houston really not even having a good game and playing sloppy as well, we've tried to out sloppy them. It was terrible. And I mean, you really didn't have like there was nothing really going on. I mean, you were kind of just shooting shots, waiting for something to go in.
Yeah,
You know, it was really it. It's
really sloppy
it's
basketball.
like this was a game of two teams who had no scheme going on.
Yeah,
It was just kind of two teams just doing whatever they wanted, and the coach just standing there clapping. Both of them, they both just stood there clapping the whole game.
yeah. The head coach of the Rockets looked like he didn't want to be there. Like they zoomed in.
Silas is probably the worst coach in the NBA,
Yeah,
coaching one of the worst teams in the NBA, and JV is I don't know.
yeah. It was like really hard to watch this first half. It was very sloppy. The turnovers were bad. I think I saw Sumner throw it to a ref. It was just looking so. It was bad, bro. I was like, I remember. I think I texted you. I was like, yo, what are we watching right now? But at halftime, the Rockets led 55-54. They shot 47% from the field, 30% from three, 5 for 8 from the free throw line. Offensive rebounds. The offensive rebounds by halftime weren't so bad. It was 8-7. But I think we still got out rebounded in that first half. And then the turnovers was kind of equal. But it was just really, really sloppy, bad basketball in this first half. We couldn't defend Şengün. It was just a problem in the paint for us. And then the third quarter came. Rockets led at halftime. Well, let's talk about the halftime. 55-54, 6 for 17 from three. The Nets were just shooting 6. So it was a bad shooting night. We couldn't get threes to hit. Mikal didn't really get cooking until late. CJ was probably the standout for this game. I got to give my player of the game to CJ.
Easily. It was easily CJ.
Yeah. It was an amazing showing out from CJ in this third quarter and fourth quarter. He was just lightening up. The beginning of the third, we went on a run, and then the Rockets kind of fought back early in the middle of that third quarter. And then that fourth quarter came, and again, this game was down to the wire. Like, I was at the point in watching this game, and I'm thinking we were going to lose. I was like, we're about to lose to the Rockets. I think it was that close. It was fourth quarter. I think we were down the 4 minutes left. I think we were
They
down.
got to their biggest lead, which I think was 7 or
Yeah,
8 points.
7 or 8, and that was in the fourth, right?
Yeah, that was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So I was at this point. I'm like 4 minutes, 3 minutes left. I'm like, it's over. I think we're gonna lose the Rockets. I mean, KPJ. Oh my God, Kevin Porter Jr. was just hitting some outstanding shots, step back threes, crossover, hezzy, middle, middies. Like he was cooking us.
Everything was going in.
Everything was going in. Şengün was getting offensive rebounds. They out rebounded. Cypher, pull up the rebounds for the second half. Well, for the offensive rebounds. Shout out to Cypher. He said 31 points for CJ, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 11 for 18. Yeah, outstanding game for CJ. Got big love for CJ, man, because he's been struggling of late. I mean, I know he's shown out in Miami, but those 2 games, Miami and tonight, man, he has been getting back into the flow. He just started to be more decisive now with the ball. Like he knows, like, yo, I gotta be a scoring option for this team, not just a catch and shoot kind of guy, even though that's what he does. But he's kind of stepped into that role. Like, I gotta score. I gotta help out Mikal and the team. Yeah, exact. Thank you. Email 9 threes in the fourth quarter. Yeah, 9 threes in the fourth quarter. Like, it was to the point, 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left. I think CJ hit a big three. And then Spencer hit a dagger. Royce hit 2 back-to-back threes, I think. So it was like raining threes. I think we were 9 for 10 in that fourth quarter. 9 threes.
That we shot in the fourth quarter like how Jacques Vaughn expects us to shoot throughout the whole game from 3.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think we see with teams now, like how they defend us, like they know we're either going to shoot threes or we're going to go to the basket. So they kind of take away that mid area. Silas started double teaming Mikal late in the game too. He started trapping Mikal up the screens. But they found CJ in that corner. CJ was getting open looks in that corner, and then it was just raining threes. The last 2 minutes, like, you thought the Nets would lose this game. If you're watching this game and you watch the highlights, you thought the Nets lost this game in the 3 minutes left, but raining threes in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. Raining threes. Spencer, Royce, CJ, Mikal, like everybody, it's like everybody was hitting threes all of a sudden. Our backs were against the wall, and the Nets pulled it out.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Luke. Hope y'all been hella busy. Haven't been able to hit the post game streams. We haven't been streaming, so you hasn't. Yeah, we haven't been streaming. This is like when's the last time we streamed, bro? I don't even remember the last time we streamed.
I don't. No comment.
We haven't been streaming at all. We haven't been streaming, so you're not missing nothing, Luke. You're not missing nothing, bro. But good to see you're good, Luke. Yeah, so raining threes in that fourth quarter, and the Nets pull out the win. Can the Nets keep this 6th seed, man? I mean,
Yeah. The Miami Heat try to outsuck us too. So I mean, we're keeping the 6th seed unless Atlanta somehow pulls something out of their ass. But right now, it's looking like the 6th seed is ours.
so
Right now.
the Knicks win?
The Knicks did win.
The Knicks won? I think
The Knicks
I saw an update. Julius Randle, he left the game or something like that.
Yeah, he got hurt, but
They still won?
they
Oh
won.
wow.
The Heat aren't good. The Heat suck.
The Heat are really bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we're mid also, but it's like
I don't know how I don't know how teams outmid us.
it's so confusing because we 30-piece the Heat, and then we get blown out by their Magic, and we're in a do or die battle, barely about to lose to the Rockets. This close to losing to the Rockets, like literally a hair's away to losing to the Rockets. So it's like, how do you judge this team?
He have no excuse of being that ass either, because they're in like with us, like we might stink, but the thing is we developed from a new coach to new players all within a matter of months, and this is still not even that long of this team being together. Meanwhile, the Heat have been together for what, 8 years? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
the Heat are beyond done. They should blow that shit up. That shit up.
They're
The
really
best
bad.
they got in the bubble, they got to the finals. They got to the finals, and that was it. That was it. That's the best they're gonna get.
Shout out to Ramon. Media thought the Heat will catch up to the 6th seed. Yeah, bro. Like, I thought everybody thought the Heat had bigger. We had all bigger expectations for the Heat, but when we 30-pieced them, I was like, I don't know about this team, bro, because they were killing us, and then in that third quarter we killed them, and then now they're just in this losing streak. So, but I'm pretty sure we locked up to 6. So if bearing anything, we don't have a crazy schedule coming up. But bearing any like disasters, I think the Nets are gonna be the 6th seed.
They got the 6th seed.
Yeah. So we're gonna be playing what the Philly. So did Philly
Philly.
lose? Philly lost tonight?
Philly won.
Oh, they won?
Yeah, Mavs lost again.
So barring anything, we're probably gonna play Philly first round, Harden and Embiid first round. So yeah.
We'll see, man.
That's if any major changes happen. I mean, I don't know if it's everything we clinched the 6, but I don't think we clinched the 6, but
We
it is
should.
what it is. Oh, wait, I just got an update. The Brooklyn Nets have clinched a play-in spot. Okay, it says play-in spot, so
Let's go. Let's go.
yeah. So we clinched a play-in spot, but I guess it didn't say 6th seed yet, so there's still time. We still got to win a couple games, and the Heat got to lose a little bit more. But if it comes down to a tiebreaker, we got it on the Heat.
Man, the Heat. If anything, the Heat drop down. We just have to worry about the Hawks, I guess. That's it.
Yeah. Shout out to Chubbs. Was good, Chubbs. Cool win. Yeah. Somebody said we face ATL and Utah, who are trying to keep playing.
We also face the Pistons next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm going to that game.
It's weird because it's like we should have a good win a couple of these games, but it's like
it's the Nets. You never know.
Yeah. I don't know if we can I don't know if we can beat the Hawks. I don't know if we can beat the Jazz. I don't know if we can beat the Pistons. I don't know if we can, you know what I'm saying? It's like
I mean, look how we played the Rockets.
Look how we played against the Rockets.
Look how we played look how we just played the Magic.
Yeah. So it's like
we 30 faced the Heat.
I have no idea about this team.
Suck, man.
I'm going into every game like it's we could
whatever.
Lose.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's whatever. Who knows? I'm not going no expectations, bro.
You can't expect to win. You can't expect to lose because who knows? We could play Boston and beat Boston. Yeah. You never know. We have the most random wins and the most random loses or random losses. But you know what? I'm not like at this point. It's like ever since you traded, your guys, you knew where we were headed. Yeah. So I'm just going into here, just watching the game, just to be like, okay, well we won, oh we lost, whatever. It is what it is. I'm just looking. When I watch these games, it's like Mikal. See how this team looks. Really, I'm just kind of watching. I'm not putting my heart into it like I was. Just kind of watching. Looks like those Cam Thomas minutes are gone, eh? I didn't see him at all tonight.
He didn't get any burn, right?
Yeah, I don't know what we plan on doing with him. He got no burn against the Houston Rockets, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's saying something. You can't get no burn against the Rockets.
But he goes up against the Magic, who were just killing us.
And then even the coaching was bad tonight. Like Vaughn didn't look good at all to me. He didn't adjust. He didn't adjust to KPJ. He didn't adjust to Şengün. He was putting Yuta at the 5, who was getting cooked. He was going small and it was just not working.
He's just lucky. He's just
Thank God those threes dropped, because if those threes dropped, we would have in the fourth quarter. If those threes didn't drop in the fourth quarter, we would have lost.
Bro, Silas and Vaughn had a shit battle, bro. It was the battle of the shitters tonight.
Who's more of a mid?
Who's worse? They had a who's worse battle in Steven Silas. He took the cake. Well, I wasn't surprised. I mean, this team is really good. So.
Am I bugging, chat? Let me know if you guys thought Vaughn was good tonight, because they're gonna be those guys in the comments who are like, you guys are Vaughn was. The Vaughn stands in the
this team just got together. Vaughn is just
remember, let me know, because I want whoever's gonna watch this.
No, AJ Vaughn just became a head coach. This team is just getting together, so it gives you an excuse to not do basic shit.
Yeah.
I'm not asking him to be fucking Einstein with his plays, but I'm asking I'm not asking you to be like Phil Jackson, but just do the minimal shit. Adjust to what's going wrong. That's really it. That's just my thing. I'm not asking for anything major.
Yeah.
But it's like when you don't adjust to things, like when you don't adjust to Şengün, you're just getting destroyed in the paint. You're not adjusting to the open threes being took. You're not adjusting to any of the offensive woes, and you're just relying on threes being hit. I mean, it's embarrassing, but I mean, it is what it is. We won the game, so Jacques Vaughn is the best.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want the people who thought Jacques Vaughn did a good job tonight to comment and
the thing is, it's like I don't know how we'd be hating if we're just telling the truth. I mean, I guess you can give them The only thing you can give them is, oh, this team is just getting together, I guess. But it's we're not looking for major shit. We're not asking for a lot. We're asking for the
Mhm.
minimal shit to adjust. It's really to adjust. We know we can only do so much without a playmaker. We know that,
Yeah.
but it's just adjusting. Like teams are supposed to adjust. Am I wrong? When you
No,
see
that's
something
you're right.
when you see something going wrong in your life, what do you try to do? Fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I was upset at how Vaughn was putting the rotations in tonight and how he was coaching tonight, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. I'll let you guys put in the comments what y'all thought about Vaughn. Let me know what you guys thought about Vaughn. But tonight, like I said, it was good to see CJ go off, man. And going forward, it's this team got to find an identity because if we don't find an identity quick in these next 6 games, we're gonna get swept in the first round. We're gonna get swept bad in the first round.
I see a comment. Vaughn was Team USA caliber tonight. Really? You think so? How?
He said Team USA caliber. He's trolling. There's no way. He said, he said what does he mean, Team USA caliber? What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? Do I gotta play the
No,
troll music?
they pick up the best coach. You know how Team USA picks up the best coach they can find. Jack Vaughn. I gotta agree with that one.
You said you gotta agree. Team USA caliber is hilarious.
I'm not even really that. It wasn't even really the rotations. It's just that how do you let the Houston Rockets really stick with you the whole game? And like I still my thing is just how do you almost outshit the Rockets?
Yeah,
You almost outshit the Rockets.
yeah,
If the
yeah,
Rockets were any type of okay, this game was over.
yeah. Like I said, we were hairs away, 2 minutes away from losing to the Rockets because those threes didn't start hitting until late, 3 minutes left.
It
Like I,
shows you how teams like Orlando and Houston separate themselves from each other.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, we're not asking like Vaughn to do like anything crazy. We just want something. We got to find an identity because if we don't find an identity, this team is gonna get. We have no chance. We have no chance. We have no chance. Every game, it's like we don't know what we're doing. We look like a bunch of guys that got to the YMCA and playing together. Like we don't know each other. Am I bugging? Like every game, I feel like we don't even know. Like you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Like I understand it being later into the season and you're not practicing as much, but I mean, like, come on, bro.
yeah.
Like
I
you
mean,
can't be you. I know obviously it's not gonna work like instantly, but the thing is that we're doing everything like what's it called? We're just playing like and it there isn't any schemes.
yeah,
Like it's just everyone's just moving around.
yeah.
It's just moving around. I mean that's really it. I mean you can I mean, if that's a part of the scheme, I don't know what to say because everyone's just saying, "Oh, you're just running around. You're just running around." I mean, anybody can
Like
just tell your
yeah.
players to run around, and I'll do it. You
This is
know,
another game. Spencer kind of looked a little bit lost on the offensive end, like he didn't know. Well, he had 20. He had 20 and 11, but well, let me say this: we did. gr- I'll say this: the fourth quarter we did rally in. We did rally in, but it wasn't. It shouldn't have waited. We shouldn't have waited till the fourth, especially against the Rockets. Especially against the Rockets, we shouldn't have waited till the fourth to start. You know, grouping together and adjusting and okay, KPJ is going off, let me shade towards KPJ and start trapping him. We shouldn't have waited till the fourth to do that. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Let me know in the chat what y'all think. Let me know in the chat. Let me read some comments. Shout out to the big. He said Jock Vaughn is worse than Darvin Ham. He said he's worse than Coach Bud. Shout out to the big of Fortune. Stay in motion said Cam Johnson's not doing this for another 6 games. Shout out to my Holy Queen, was good, bro. Cypher said we have games like the Celtics and Heat, then we have games like the Rockets and Magic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have an identity. It's like some games we look great, and then some games it's like, what are we doing? Honestly, it's weird because even the Celtics game, we were getting destroyed, and then in that third, fourth, we cooked. Same with the Heat. First half, getting destroyed. And then the third quarter, it was magical, and we
it just
cooked.
doesn't. It's just like every time. It's like I enjoy the wins, I really do, but you have games like where you're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
How did you lose that Cavaliers game?
yeah.
How did you? you look at stuff like that, right? And it's like this team makes no sense. Like Cypher said, you have games like the Celtics and Heat, and you have games like the Rockets and Magic. You don't have veterans on your team, really. You don't really have any. You don't really have a young core. You have guys that are like all in their prime. Like CJ's and like he's 26, 27. Mikal's 27. Spence's 29. Dorian's 28 or 29. Claxton's a young guy. Cam's a young guy, but other than that, those are your young guys, really. Day'Ron Sharpe, okay. Edmund Sumner, I don't know what to. He's kind of just there. He's not really a young guy. He's not a young core piece. He's just kind of a role player. You already know what he is, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell you much more than that, really.
Shout out to Cypher 2011, 8 for 11.
Yo,
Spencer.
Chubbs is asking to come up.
Oh, Chubbs here? I didn't see him.
Yeah. I think Saint's gonna be coming up too. Look at Chubbs, man.
Yeah, cook up because I'm about to go. Hold on, be right back.
Yeah, no, that was. What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Yeah, it was good.
You know, it was a decent win tonight. Definitely was blood pressure city in that fourth quarter. But we managed to stick through and kind of win it. Like, I don't have much to say, but like it's kind of good we kind of take care of business against teams like this. Like, realistically, it should have been a blowout, but then again, with this team, you just never know. So at the end of the day, we're ending the day with the W column, so that's all I can really care about.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying earlier. I was like, yo, you would rather like you usually say you'd rather win ugly than lose pretty. You know, you'll take a dub like this, I guess, right? It's a win. You'll take a win. That's what you need, especially given where we're at right now in the seeding. So, I mean, if you want to keep that 6th seed, so I mean, you'll take the win by any means necessary. You take it.
Yeah, if only they showed that effort or showed that better closeout versus the Cavs. If we play like that versus the Cavs in the fourth quarter, we at least split that little mini series we had. So
it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's like you have games like Cypher said, like the Celtics and Heat, and then you have games like the Cavs, you have games like the Magic, you have games like you have games like this early on. It's
the
interesting.
Bulls, this team's bipolar, so you can't even go into games with confidence that can't even go into games with confidence because you don't know which team you're really gonna get.
You never know with this. And the thing is, it's like I say this all the time. This team, in every single sense, makes no sense. Like in every part of this team makes no sense. Coaching doesn't make sense. The way this team is set up kind of doesn't make any sense. The organization makes no sense. These games make no sense. The scheme makes no sense. Like everything's weird.
And shout out to Cam Johnson because I feel like I don't want people to think, oh, I'm slandering him, but I just find it very fucking crazy. We trade for these 3-and-D wings, and like literally, you either get 3 or just straight defense. You're not getting consistency from either, which is kind of insane,
bro. But it's like at least with CJ, right? Like it's kind of interesting how we use him sometimes too, because it's like sometimes we'll just have him sit in the corner, but then we'll have a game like this where he'll be able to show how he can really play, and he'll be more involved and not just take threes, shit like that.
Realistically, we should strive to have CJ be that third to second option. But like with Mikal Bridges, there's often times where it's like we don't use them in that way, where we rather let Spence cook in the fourth and have him be the first option, which kind of just hinders everybody else. It's just the whole game plan's fucking confusing, and it'll forever be confusing because we've seen CJ do this against the Knicks, and we've seen him have these games where he'll put up 30 on good shooting and kind of just do all the little things, but then we'll just not go back to that. Like we'll see Mikal go crazy for like 5 games straight and don't think to passing the ball randomly in this random fourth quarter situation. This team just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
It's like, and the thing is, it's like you said, it's like you'll have games like this where you have CJ, but then maybe you go in the next game we play, and we'll just have him sit in the corner the whole time, and we won't really try to put him in the offense. And like you said with Mikal Bridges, he'll have he'll have games like how we just had like last game where he lit it up and you don't really go to him. It's just interesting. I don't know how like you don't go to the stuff that works. It's like if you have CJ and you have Mikal showing what they can really do, why don't you involve them more all the time?
Like it just doesn't make sense. Like, mind you, when the trade happened, we all kind of unanimously said it's let Mikal cook season. And while he has been putting up these type of numbers, he's been doing it under a system where half the time they're not looking for him. He has to create it by himself. There's no one really setting him up. And that's not really a shot to Dinwiddie, but he's not really finding Mikal in spots here where he can really cook for real. It's really Mikal getting the ball at the top of the key or on the elbow and working his way to a mid range or cooking to or driving to the rim.
Mm-hmm. AJ, you, bro?
I'm saying the must check it out. I'm saying.
Nah, I don't know what's up, but nah, I'm just at right now. I'm just going into like games where I don't really have any expectations. You just kind of because like you never know. It's just it doesn't even make like I said it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So and then like I said earlier I was like you after you gave away Kevin Durant you already know what was gonna happen. You know where the direction was right. You never knew. So you were just kind of like, whatever. Now I'm just going into games, just kind of watching. I'm not putting all my heart into it.
Yeah, no, like I think I said on stream before. I'm leisurely walking to games now. I'm not really trying to. I'm not checking the time to make sure it's like 6:30 or 7 o'clock to make sure I'll be there. Like it's I don't know. It's just like arguably I think I speak for everyone. Like this whole season just sops the energy of wanting to root for this team. Just sopped all that energy out. Now it's just kind of like, all right, I guess I'll watch y'all.
Yeah, and it is what it is. It's like when you win a game like this, it's like it's like good win, but it's like it's gonna be fun watching this team in the playoffs, isn't it?
It's not even that. It's more so, are we going to keep the consistency the next game? I'm just taking it game by game. I'm not even looking in the playoffs because just as much as we can say we'll make the playoffs, we'll fuck around and lose the play-in. Like I don't think our spot is too secure because we just clinched the play-in. But as far as the 6th seed, I think we do have to win some more games to solidify that because I don't want to touch that fucking. I don't want to touch the play-in. I really don't want to touch the play-in.
Yeah. So.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh man, my bad. I think my audio cut out.
No,
because I was looking at the box score and I'm like, I don't know, like the game looks for us, it looks prettier on the box score, but when you watch this game, it doesn't look like what the box score says.
All
Like,
of our stats came
like the
in the
stats look,
last 2 minutes of the game.
yeah, the stats look beautiful. Like you look at 18.
You
get 18
had
from
you
Clax
made
and 10
we
and
made
yeah.
9 threes in the fourth quarter. That's insane.
18 and 10 from Clax, 27 and 6 from Bridges, 31 and 7 from CJ, 20 and 11 from Spence. The bench didn't really give us that much. The bench, I mean, 9, you get 9 from Royce, but those all came in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it looks good on, like, if you didn't watch the game, you just looked at the box score, you're like, oh, look at the Nets, but
look
it's
at the
like
Nets taking care of business. Dude,
yeah,
nope.
hell no.
But if you watch the game, you realize like this looked like really, really bad basketball, and it was not good until the fourth. It was not good.
If you were watching the game, you were holding onto your nose because you did not want to sniff whatever the fucking Nets were cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
but I got a question.
Or and the Rockets. The Rockets were sucking too, but we were trying to be worse than them.
Right, but I do got a question for y'all, right? So Moses Brown got signed to a second 10-day, right?
Yep.
What does he have to do to get PT? Because now I was thinking he wasn't going to get signed. I'm like, damn, he must be really ass in practice.
I think Dayron,
but they signed him back.
And
so I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
And you know what? It's also interesting that you mentioned that too, because Dayron's played 7 minutes and it was all in the first half. I saw him go down earlier, and they did it. I don't think they mentioned him being hurt, and I don't remember him exiting with an injury. No, I don't think they announced him being hurt. Right?
Moses or Dayron?
Dayron.
Oh. No, I didn't think so. I think he was on the bench. I'm pretty sure he was on the bench.
But he looked. But didn't you guys see the play where he looked like he was slow? Like it looked like he messed up. Like his leg hurt, right? like when he was trying to sue extra hard.
Oh yeah, I remember that part. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he might have
think
like
that.
tweaked his ankle. He might have tweaked his ankle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, but for Moses Brown, I think one, his job is to make Dayron play harder, and for him to, and he's 2, insurance, and 3, be a bench guy. I mean, we have an empty roster spot. I mean, I guess he is what's it called? He's just there to, like, he's there for the vibes. For the vibes.
Just for the vibes.
But and this is why I asked this, because how can we assess someone when he barely fucking plays?
Hey, I watched him for 3 minutes, and I gotta say, I don't know what the fuck.
I'm saying, like, how the fuck? I don't even know how he plays. How can I grade someone off of 3 minutes?
They gave him another contract. Maybe they felt bad because they didn't play him, and they were just like, "Here's another contract."
They felt bad. It's crazy.
Because Nerlens, they didn't feel bad for Nerlens. They were like,
but
"Get out of here."
But Nerlens showed how ass he was. He showed it to us.
Also, Moses has to show this.
He took a great shit on every single court he played on. It was Brooklyn. He shit on the Nets court. He shit in Houston. He shit in Denver.
My god,
he did it. He shit everywhere. Right.
I didn't think he did too bad.
He was terrible. Chubbs,
for a 10-day, obviously it wasn't too bad. Now, if he was like a regular minimum contract,
that's fair. That's fair. But it was also like Nerlens Noel. I mean, he is a veteran who was drafted high and who's been in the league for a minute.
That's true.
I expect Moses Brown to look like how Nerlens Noel did.
True, but then again, he can't fucking play, so we can't even make that argument.
Fair enough.
But I mainly bring up his name because I lost my mind how many offensive rebounds we gave up by simply not just putting more effort on the rebound.
Rebounds we got dogged on the offensive.
But is that not every game? Is that not every game? You guys remember what we saw Sunday, right?
Oh yeah, it was disgusting.
52 to 41 overall, 20 to 8 on offensive.
Stinky, and the offensive rebounds make me sad because no one has the urgency to like go for the rebound ever, and that's not just it's not just on the offensive side either, and it's just interesting to see how like you have who sticked out to me today. Sengun had 8 offensive rebounds tonight, and it's interesting because you'll have guys who just watch the ball go into the other guy's hands, and it's like, what are we doing?
True. But I'm just saying, we have a 7-foot guy on the bench. I'm pretty sure you tell 7'2", so 7 and like 2 inches. Pause. You're telling me if you don't say, "Hey, just give me effort on defense. I just want you to grab me some boards. Keep Sengun off the glass, or keep whoever the fuck was off the glass." I couldn't even name half the fucking big men that were on the Rockets.
Oh yeah, they're like no names. What was this guy?
Usman Garuba.
Like who are like I'm saying it's like
Garuba. Usman Garuba
for a solid 5 minutes. They just sent 2 to the glass and it worked every time. And if you're telling me a guy that's 7'2", if you task him to keep those people off the glass and he can't do it, why is he here?
Yeah.
You could have really like the locker room guys.
Yeah. If you wanted a mentor for Dayron, Nerlens was perfect. If you wanted not some 23-year-old 7'2" dude that you're not even gonna play.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, Moses must be so ahead of his age because to be like 23 and be considered a locker room guy is nuts.
I don't think we're gonna bring him to the playoffs, in my opinion. Do you guys think we're gonna bring him to the playoffs?
Man, I don't think it matters, low key, because
he's not gonna play, right?
We're the Brooklyn Nets, and we.
But the thing is,
we're
gonna be playing Embiid though. We're gonna need like another guy just to absorb.
Yuta Watanabe, baby. That's what I'm saying.
It would work to have a
Royce O'Neal,
guy
Dorian Finney-Smith
try to go up against Embiid.
Yeah, right.
You guys
still got to throw at Embiid just to give a guy to throw at Embiid.
Chubbs and AJ, don't y'all both work? Y'all both know, but that's not how we do shit around here, right? We want to put Royce O'Neal, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Utah on him because that's gonna work. I like the tactic. I do.
We should bring Moses as a player. Just to give Embiid some fouls. Just to foul him a couple times.
We use logic. The Nets don't like. They're like, nah. Let's put Yuta Watanabe on him.
Yuta, go guard Joel Embiid.
Let's have Yuta take one to the chest and get the fucking wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, and expect him to race down the court to hit the corner 3. Like this, it's just backwards. It's just a fucking backwards.
We have a 7'2" guy, and he can't even get burned. He can't even just eat up fouls.
Is he playoff eligible? I'm
that's
pretty sure
nuts.
he is playoff eligible, but he has to sign the Nets got to sign him a deal. They got to give him a deal, like a 1 year or a rest of the year deal for him to be
Oh,
eligible. I'm pretty sure
that ain't happening. That
I'm
is
pretty sure
not
that if he's eligible because yeah, it was after the buyout we got him, right? It was after the buyout.
Mhm.
A 10-day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's eligible. But we got to give him a deal first. Like he can't go on on a 10 days to the playoffs. He has to get a deal. Like a
Like
1
you
year.
can't just sign 10 days in the playoff.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that.
Like,
imagine you signing 10 days in the
they-
playoffs.
Imagine in the finals, right? You have someone that just goes down with a crucial injury.
Yeah.
Moses Brown, come and play some finals minutes for us.
Yeah.
That's
But
not how it
insane.
works.
am I
That's
sure?
insane.
I don't know. I gotta ask. I gotta see if they're gonna bring him to the playoffs. But I don't know. My 90% of me thinks he's not gonna be there for the playoffs. But then I got a little that 10% is gonna be like maybe they do.
They're gonna
I mean,
bring
they need
Drew
to fill a
Smith up
roster
over
spot
him, bro.
anyways, unless they have a guy that they really thinking of bringing.
Mhm.
Bringing
Drew
because
Smith
is there? I mean,
for point guard depth. They're gonna bring up Drew Smith. We know this already.
Nah, I'd rather
They love their guards.
We can't bring
They'd
DDJ,
rather
right?
bring up Drew Smith.
Damn, I don't think we can.
a
We can't bring
fucking
DD
big.
because then I don't know. Well, let me.
it
let me
doesn't
read this
matter.
super
We
chat.
lost anyways. It's already over.
Shout out to Callaway. It shouldn't have been this hard to win. It's the Rockets. Yeah, that's what we were saying in the beginning. We were literally in a battle. We were this close.
No. Get the comment off the screen. She's hating.
She's
Yeah, she's negative. She's negative.
Negative.
This close to
Dawn.
losing
No,
to the
we can't. No
This
negativity.
close.
Come on, Nets won the game. Come on.
This close to losing to the Rockets. Like it was.
You know how many
bad.
wins the Rockets have? 18.
Like there were points of this game. I'm like, the Rockets are so bad. Like
We have double their wins and then some.
Yeah.
They're losing on purpose. They have 18 wins. You double that, they have 36, and we have 5 more wins than that. 5 more wins than double their wins.
Yeah.
Is that insane?
And we blew them out the last time we faced them, so it really is kind of crazy.
I think it was the Nerlens Noel effect.
Yeah. Shout out to JR. He said JV is still a bad coach. Beating a horrible team doesn't prove anything. Shout out to Luke.
Hater.
Yeah, but Bruce always played above his side. Dog mentality. Shout out to Bruce. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, Bruce had a monster dunk the other night. AJ, what would it take to trade for DeJounte Murray next year? I think he could sure help.
How the hell did that even happen?
I think they trade Trey before they do DeJounte, and that's not even a hot take. I
don't think that's happening.
That's realistic outlook.
Yeah.
Like they'll probably part ways with Trey before even DeJounte. Even
I don't even know. I no disrespect. I don't even know how that even was.
Like I don't even think because he's a free agent next year.
Is he?
Is
DeJounte Murray or is it Trae Young?
He signed a short deal. It wasn't long, I think.
You're talking about DeJounte, right?
Yeah, there's DeJounte.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, did he even sign an extension? Because I think it's just whatever his Spurs contract is right now.
I don't know. I don't. Sadly, I don't really pay attention to
DeJounte. Cypher, get those contracts up, man. What's DeJounte's contract?
Cook up.
Callaway said, "I'm so over the Nets right now. I'm looking forward to the Women Liberty Super Team." Yeah, you're not the only one, Callaway. You're not the only one. Like I said, it's hard, bro. It's hard to root for the Nets right now.
AJ's gonna have the front row seats to the Liberty game.
Yeah.
I'm saying I might go to a Liberty game because
it's like you love this team. You want to love this team so much, but it's like, bro, what the front office did to us. It's like we're in that position. It's like, bro, we want to root for a team that's gonna get swept in the first, gentlemen sweep in the first, or we're gonna root for the laws so we can get this lottery pick. Like, what?
But I truly understand wanting to root for your team in the playoffs. I really do.
Oh yeah.
But do you really?
We're gonna root for
we all do. Everyone on this podium, we all understand because we're all fans of the same team, and we all. This is the first year. I'm telling everyone. This is the first year of the Nets where we're like we don't care. We don't care.
Yeah.
This is the first. It was crazy. How are we at the point of where we're like, well, I don't lose. We can lose. I don't care because we've already been put to a point where it's like, well, we don't have a shot. So it's like, and the thing is now we're in a spot right now where it's like we actually have our own pick. When you went back, but when you went back to like 2016, we were losing and we knew our team sucked, but it didn't matter if we were losing because we didn't have our pick. Now it's like if you lose, at least you gain something and get a better pick.
Yeah.
and Rage,
looking at it from the logic standpoint.
That's only going to work for this year because after every year, it's about how we finish against the Rockets and whether they want to switch.
Yeah, and but in my thing is like I don't what's it called? I this is the one year where I'm like this is the one year where I'm kind of like I don't really care. Next year you're gonna have to win because if you lose it, you don't gain anything from
Shout,
losing next year.
shout out to Sniper. He said Murray's a free agent in 2024. He's making 17.7 million next year. And then Callaway said we should all go to Liberty game together. Shout out to Callaway. Yeah, I gotta hit one of those games. Maybe one of those games I'll go to the Liberty.
What's
Gotta
up,
hit
bro?
my boy Doug up. Oh yeah, go ahead, cook up, Saint.
Let's go, Saint.
No, I don't need to. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Well, excuse my voice. I lost my voice just randomly, but I'm pretty sure you guys said everything that I mean, it was an ugly win, but it was nice for them to like pull it together at the end and beat a team that they should have beaten by at least double digits.
Yeah.
Kept us in the hunt, staying in the sixth. Good thing. Heat lost. That was nice. But yeah, I mean, I don't even. It's like one of those games where it's like it exposes Coach Vaughn even more.
Yo, we
But
were
then
just
it's
talking about that because I'm like,
yeah,
to
like
me, I did not like how he coached tonight, but some people were like he wasn't that bad. I was like,
When you go up against the Rockets with arguably the worst team in the NBA with easily the worst coaching in the NBA, you have to look at coaching in this game.
yeah.
You
and they
have
weren't
to.
playing any
especially when you
defense.
blew them out the matchup before.
Yeah.
Like
And then the Rockets, we have it's and the thing is, it's like is this if this team is really if you're really worried about the 6th seed, right? You should be able to blow out a team that's losing on purpose and has no system, whatever. But the Nets don't have a system either. Everyone's just running around, and you have to.
B, I was not screaming
Yo,
at my kids.
Yo, B got me mad. He said
I
Saint was
can't.
screaming at his
And
kids.
that's the thing. I'm on vacation, and I took my kids to like I can't even scream at them where I'm at. So it's like
Saint was screaming at his kids.
no, I can't, man. I can't even scream.
Yeah.
No, but I'm chilling in a nice hotel room, just watching the game, and I was just like, they are not going to blow this. There's no way that they're going to lose.
The Rockets.
But I often wonder, dude, if like, because you listen to what Vaughn said before the game, and there's some truth to that, where it's like, it's one thing to get a couple new players, but you literally have what 4 new starters.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like there is some truth to that where it's like, I wonder how much they're just kind of like, hey, let's go out, try to win, but they really don't give a shit. I wonder. You know what I mean? It's like, what can you really expect from a team that just put 4 new starters next to Clax?
Yeah.
All of them are coming from different teams. All of them are coming from different. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 from 2 different teams.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and totally different coaching philosophies. We've heard them say that, like, hey, what we did here is completely opposite of what we're doing here. And it's like, so I don't know. That's why I kind of am not like too up or down on losses right now, because I mean, I already know what the finality is, right? But
we're setting ourselves up to play Philly in the first round, basically.
I mean, yeah, I mean, really at this point though, bro, it's like, I guess the question is, do you want to go play in and potentially lose that? Or would you like to see your team get a little extra run, an extra series in the playoff before they leave? I mean, yes, anything's possible, but I don't know. I don't see us beating the Sixers in a 5-7 game series. I just don't see it.
No. And I'm supposed to be the positive guy here. I'm supposed to be the believe that anything is possible. I'm supposed to be the anything is possible guy. I don't think we're gonna.
Fuck all that. This ain't fucking Disney, Nickelodeon.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
That's funny.
This is the real fucking world. Shit is gonna be a little fucked up.
Yeah,
yeah.
My only thing with this team and Satan, you're right, and we do take that into account into thought. But it's just my thing with some of what Vaughn does is that it's the adjustment part, really. Like I'm not really it's just like sometimes like you'll see something that's completely not working, and you'll stick with it, and you'll get completely killed on something that you're just consistently getting killed on, and there's no really adjustment really. That's it. That's not
I
it.
mean,
It's not. I'm not really like. I'm not like, and I don't really put in a lot of heart into watching games either. I mean, I already know what this team is gonna end up being, but
and once again, I mean, and I get it, but you're still lacking. Maybe I would have a little bit more confidence in the team if we had a couple extra pieces that complemented the guys that we had, you know, and maybe it might be a little different, but like whatever this team lacks now, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till the off season. That's just the reality. So it's like, I think, I think what we're watching is an adequate expectation. Like, how do I word this? I think what we're watching is exactly what we're supposed to be getting, considering trading two superstars and acquiring the type of players we did to couple with the players that we already had. I'm not surprised that we are where we're at. Like, it really is. Like, let's be honest though. This team easily could have crumbled and been way down in the play-in. So we got to give them some credit. The fact that they've managed to hold on to the 6th seed, no matter how close the conference is, it does say a lot about the players that we have. And I don't want to give Vaughn too much credit, but like, let's be honest, dude. Like when they traded, tell me you weren't like, oh, we're done, we're dropping all the way down. Like, are we pretty? Do you? I guess my question to you and Chad is, where we're at in the 6th seed. Is that where you guys expected us to stay and remain?
Honestly, I thought we were gonna be like when we did the trade, I knew we weren't gonna be trash. I was like, no, 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 we're not gonna be trash, but I think we were gonna be like, I knew we were gonna be mid. So I was expecting like, I was thinking like 7th or 8th, like low seed though. I wasn't expecting like 6th. I wasn't expecting us to be that high.
So yeah, I mean, I guess you know what I'm saying. So it's like on some level, I gotta give the squad some credit. I honestly think a lot of these guys like playing with each other, and I think with a couple of additions in the off season, I think we are going to have a fun team to watch. I mean, I guess the biggest thing will be, yeah, DJ's like, no, I thought it was tank times. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing's going to be is like, where is this team satisfied with being where we're at for another season until the next 2 seasons where you have more people you can sign and whatever. But I think the future is bright still for the Nets. It's going to be telling to find out what the owner and the GM really, where they want this team to go, because I do think they are doing better than I expect. Quite honestly, like I was kind of with DJ, like I thought they were going to drop way down, and I'm pretty
So they're gonna be out of the
surprised.
playoffs.
No, I thought we would be in the play-in, but I thought we would drop really quick into the play-in. Like
Oh,
I that's where I was at. I kind of was like, yeah, we're dropping way down
man.
in the play-in. Like, so I'm kind
Thank
of
God the Heat.
impressed.
We did have some factors. I mean, the Heat are terrible, and
Yeah,
horrible,
but even still, bro.
horrible.
yeah,
But
but we
even
still, yeah,
still, yeah.
and we did have like a couple of
I
bad
did
losing
I did
streaks. Like
expect to
we
be
lost.
okay though. I gotta say, because like and like obviously like you're not gonna have stuff that automatically works. Like you said, putting 4 new starters next to Claxton. Who would have thought he would be the last guy standing in the starting rotation? But um, you put a bunch of guys to that, but you have we know Spencer Dinwiddie's solid. We know Mikal Bridges is solid. We're putting a bunch of solid players together, so I didn't think it would be too bad. But obviously, like some of the stuff, like the unfamiliarity and everyone not like you said, they're all coming from different teams, so you never know, right? So you can't really expect too much given a team that's just everything's new and it all came like right after like in the second half of the season.
Yeah, because we went on like a couple of bad losing streaks, like 5-game losing streaks, 4-game losing streaks in a row, 4 or 5 in a row. Let me read some comments and then I got nothing else. Shout out to Trini. He said what we're getting is way better than what everyone expected. Shout out to Blade. This Nets team ain't getting swept. They actually have some dog in them. What? I
I
mean,
hope so. I
I hope
fucking hope
so,
so.
man.
Hey, we've seen some really bad losses from this team.
I haven't seen the dog come out yet. I don't know. Is that just me? I haven't seen the dog come out yet.
It's a little poodle. You feel me?
Is a poodle?
If it barks, it'll make some sound. You ain't seen no pit bulls for real.
If we had some dog in us tonight, we would have punched the Magic and we would have punched the Rockets. That's the type of
Now, if we had some dog in us, you would have at least kept it close with the Magic, and you should stomp on the Rockets.
We didn't beat the Magic, did we?
No, we got killed. We got absolutely
Shout
destroyed.
out to Connie said Harden. Yeah, that's my worst nightmare, getting swept by Harden in the playoffs. Like that's why I don't want to play the Philly. And then, am I a bad fan for that? I'd rather like
No.
Yeah. I think personally you are. I mean,
I'm a
that's
bad
you
fan.
should be-
I'd
I
rather
think
go
you
to
should be
play
thrown
in.
off the podium. In my opinion. That's
be
just
I'd
how
rather go to play in than get swept by Harden. Am I a bad fan for that?
I like watching good basketball. I don't know
That's
about you
kind of
guys.
nasty, though.
That's nasty.
That's kind of nasty.
Bro, I hate Harden, bro. I don't want to see Harden get sweep us after what he did.
Nothing better than hearing Mike Breen saying "bang" after James Harden hitting a three, and then that's
Am I bad?
going
I'm a bad
down
fan.
42. Nah, it's okay because Dorian Finney-Smith is gonna hit a clutch three to bring the Nets within
Well,
39.
I mean, but think about this. Like, I chose Day'Ron Sharp today as my profile pick there. I'm not making this is not a wild claim, but the fact that Day'Ron has chosen these last 3 to 4 games to start playing to a higher expectation that we saw from last season, it does help us going into the playoffs. At least he's playing better.
But Saint. Do you think he's the second coming of Shaquille O'Neal mixed with?
No,
Hakeem?
I do not. I do. It's just, let's be honest. When you look at, because I think some of the, like last season when we saw Kessler and we saw Day'Ron and we saw these rookies step into positions, we were very surprised and like, wow, okay, we got something here. And then we saw major regression. So we were kind of like, oh, they missed, they're trash, they're not NBA players, right? And then you see Kessler go to the Kings and he's fucking starting and he's playing great, right? I'm not saying he's lights out. He's
wearing gold chains and all,
but he's being he's competent. He's doing what we saw the previous season, and we were like, okay, we're not crazy. He is actually a semi-decent player. Day'Ron Sharp, we all saw what he did last season a few times, and we we're like, okay, hey, he keeps working. He might be serviceable and a good backup, and who knows what he turns into. So hopefully that continues with him, because if he continues to, I mean, come on, we saw this with Claxton for a while, right? Like we saw Claxton just be asked for quite a while, and then he made the leap. I'm not saying these guys are going to make the Claxton leap, but it would bode us well if they do. We've already seen Cam take a bit of a leap this year. He still suffers from certain issues that I think he'll continue to work on, but offensively, he's taken that bigger leap. He's gotten better with some of his decision making, looking for open players instead of looking off KD and Kyrie that are open at times. So they're getting better. Hopefully in the playoffs that continues. At least we go into the playoffs knowing that we have Claxton, Sharps playing better, and I'm not counting on him, but at least we have another 7-2 center chilling.
That's what we were asking before. Are you think they're bringing him to the playoffs?
If he's available, why wouldn't they? Because who else? Unless you're gonna not, and you're gonna put what, DDJ or like. I think if there's somebody in the G League that's on a two-way that can make the playoffs, who would it be? I don't want that little. I don't even remember his name, but the Patty Mills lookalike. I don't even.
It depends who we're playing. Like if we're playing Embiid, it makes sense for Moses Brown.
Yeah, I
sense.
agree.
Yeah.
But
is there any way the Celtics can match up? Is there any way the Celtics could drop to 3 and we play the Celtics? Or it's impossible. It's mathematically.
I don't know mathematically. That's a cipher question, but
Yeah, sorry, but let me know if you can get that.
And somebody was saying, and I
So
don't
you
know
want
if
to
this is
actively
true
face the
too.
Celtics?
No, it's like, is there any way, like, what if I know because Philly went up to 2, not they were, like, literally the 1 I think they were the 2 seed or the 1 seed, like, not too long ago, like, the Celtics dropped to 3,
Well,
and
here's
then now Philly's back at 3. So it's like, is there a way if things Celtics lose, Philly wins, they can move up and Boston drops to 3? Because we know Milwaukee's 1, right? Milwaukee's probably gonna clinch that 1.
Yeah. So I'm checking standings now.
You know?
Get you back. Site probably has it before I'll get it.
But yeah, I was just wondering, like, if there's any if we play I think honestly, and I shout out to the chat. The chat's making me feel better about Philly a little bit. Like somebody said we're taking 2 games off the Sixers. It does give me a little bit of faith because the way we played the Sixers, like when we first got the trade happened and we played the Sixers, like we actually looked not too bad against them. Like we were locking up Harden and we looked kind of like serviceable against the Sixers at first. Remember that game, y'all? That right off the
okay,
trade?
but it depends on AJ. It depends on which version of this new Nets team shows up
Yeah.
because I think since the trade, we've seen
Since
a
that game, we've
handful of
gotten a lot
games.
worse. We've gotten so much worse ever since
Well,
that we played Philly that one game after the trade,
but
yo.
the big thing is because we live and die by the 3 now, 100%, right? If this team is not hitting their open threes, we're swept city,
Yeah.
right? And they have to be there. Like we've seen this team lock down defensively, and they played great. We need that team. Like that team, they need to lock in defensively, and they need to hit those open threes, right? If they don't, we're an ugly looking team. And we've had a handful of games that have where we've done that, and then we've had a handful of games where the effort just we look at a sink, none of the shots are going down. It's an open lane to the basket, and it's like it depends on what version of the Nets we get going into the playoffs. And the way I look at it, it really doesn't matter who we play because if that Nets team is not there and they're not locked in, like it really doesn't matter who we play, quite
Yeah.
honestly.
Shout out to Cypher. He said it's possible, but it's not likely. Celtics are 2 games ahead of the Sixers with 6 games left in the season. So it is possible. The Celtics could drop to 3 and Sixers could move up.
Either way, there's a team with players that are going to be difficult to.
Oh yeah, both teams is gonna be, but who would you guys rather
I think a smaller ball team would be better
better
for
matchup?
us.
Like the
Yeah,
Celtics? Well, the Celtics are not really small, but they probably match up better with them than Embiid. Like I'm looking at what Şengün did tonight. Do you imagine what him Joel?
yeah, but something was off. Claxton wasn't reading like how do I say this? I'll just say pause. But like Claxton was not reading his body at all. Like when he got close to him, like that
Oh yeah,
dude just made turns and just
Şengün's
like
footwork is a.
yeah,
I
it
talked
was
about this
like
last time. He has
Claxton.
great footwork, bro. Şengün
It
has
was
one of
like
the best footwork
Claxton
in the
wasn't
league.
even playing defense on him. It was
But
crazy.
you can argue Sengun does have better footwork than Embiid.
I don't know, dude.
That's
No, I don't know about that.
all right. I'll say this: the best footwork by a big man is Jokic, obviously, but Embiid is very, 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 very close because Embiid has a Hakeem Olajuwon footwork too. But Şengün, I'm putting Şengün in the top 3 of footwork too. I'm putting him in the top 3 because his footwork is really good. I know he's young and he's on the Rockets and it's bad, but it's like he has really, really good footwork for a big man, like top of the league footwork. And I'm not saying like Claxton should have been a lot better tonight against him, but like I said, we're talking about Şengün here, and you're talking about Joel Embiid, an MVP who's 7'2" and can 10 times better than Şengün. So it's like you're getting that. And Şengün, what we have? We got our rebounded 20-8 offensive. Was it 20-8, right, Rich? 20-9, something like that.
But
Offensive rebounds.
part of that though, and this is the one part that I hope we can fucking change going into next season.
Yeah.
Is the switching is just like a large part of those is because they would switch and Royce O'Neal would always wind up on the dude.
Yeah.
It just there no effort to fight over screens, go under, go over, whatever. Like that dude always had a switch and he always had like Royce O'Neal on him, and they just do it willingly without issues. The only time it ever really the switch is okay for me is when I saw Claxton and CJ switch. It's like you have two guys that are comparable in height,
Yeah.
so it's not as bad. But it always kept winding like either Dinwiddie got switched on or Royce O'Neal got switched on, and it's like
This is the
no,
thing I was saying about coaching though, because you got to adjust.
he wasn't
Jacques Vaughn
adjusting.
didn't adjust to Şengün. Like he saw Şengün eating, you got to like
Yeah.
adjust to that. Either get him in a double or change up the defense.
That's just
Go
my thing
zone.
with Jacques Vaughn. It's like I don't expect him to make any insane, and I don't expect him to be Phil Jackson instantly. I'm just saying, like, just make the little,
Like
just make
you guys
the
are
clear adjustments. Like, if something really is not working, that's what you should be able to, you should adjust. I mean, there's clear things that we're doing wrong, and it doesn't really change throughout the game.
because there was a moment. Remember when Jacques Vaughn adjusted when we were playing Jokic, and this is Jokic, that Nuggets game, the third quarter. Jokic was eating, and then he schemed up Jokic. He schemed up Jokic, and Jokic struggled in that third, and it led to us winning that
But
game.
also that comes down to the squad playing better defense, because I've noticed that when this team is much better at swarming as a group defensively in the paint than the last group. But that's like kind of hit or miss on some games. Like some games, their defense just is like, it looks great, and they really work together. And you see, I've noticed Royce O'Neal, like shout out to Royce O'Neal tonight. Say what you want about the dude, but he always seems to come up with some big shots, and he definitely was the catalyst going into the last 3 minutes. But like
Royce has been clutch all year. You got to give Royce his clutch credit.
Is also a great. So is Mikal. So is Royce. Guys that are good at stripping the ball in the paint. I've noticed that this team is much better at that than the last team. And it's gonna literally take everything for us, like in a playoff series, it's got to be clicking, because outside of that, you just don't have a puncher's chance at all. Really, if we're being honest, it really doesn't matter if it's the Celtics or the Sixers. Like, it's going to be a tough battle no matter who we face. And even the Knicks would still be a tough battle.
I have a question, Saint. So you obviously know this team. You never know what you're going to get from this team, right? Like sometimes you're going to have good defensive outings, and sometimes you aren't. But given this team, do you think that we should be expecting a team that's really going to lock in pretty much all the time, or since we're new, we shouldn't expect that?
My expectations, honestly, is I don't know what team is going at this point. I don't know which team is going to show up from game to game, and
is that a problem?
I'm not like, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that. Quite honestly,
do you think it's a problem though, or do you expect it? Do you expect do you expect this team, given that we're new and
Well, it's what I said earlier. What we're getting is exactly what I expected.
Okay,
so
it's not going to blame that. Know what we're going to look like every game.
I'm not going to. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't. It's for me. It's a tough thing because I don't know which team is going to show up, and it could be various reasons, right? It could be player effort. It could be coaching rotations. It could be the coach not adjusting.
Could be all of the above.
It could be him. Yeah, like it's a tough thing. Like when you clearly have a coach that's trying to coach a completely new squad to finish the season, stay in a playoff hunt. I think there's something to be said for that, where you got to give him a little credit for that. But then we've also seen Coach Vaughn's limitations and the things that he could work on as a coach. No coach is perfect. And there's been moments where I've been happy with Coach Vaughn, but then there's been other moments where I'm just like, yeah, bro, you got to do better at those rotations. Like, why are you not recognizing? Or like that one where we could have won that game that who was that against where we lost the game?
Cavs?
That was a Cavs.
Yeah, the Cavs game, dude. That was like, bro, you shouldn't be like, you put in a rebounder and get him in when you're supposed to. We most likely grab that rebound.
Yeah, I don't know. Sharp up there, 7-2, he could come in the game.
You had Sharp there, or the 7-2 guy, And then you're like, you wave him back and you go, no, Joe Harris, get in there. It's like, we don't fucking need Joe Harris. We needed a rebound. We needed a big body in case they missed or we missed. I can't remember who was shooting, but that's coaching. So it's like, that's what I mean, where it's like, I'm not, and I saw Claude Smith say, AJ, you don't find it any, and there to a degree, there's some truth in that. It's like
So
this team.
Claude Smith, how long you gonna wait? Like you're gonna give like what's the excuse you're gonna give Jacques Vaughn? Because Claude
It's
Smith always does this, bro.
I,
He always
but
like
I don't look at it as an excuse because
yeah.
it's like, quite honestly, this team is not going to find their identity. I think partly they're finding it now, and if in the playoffs you will find some level. But let's be honest, as soon as the offseason hits, this team is going to look completely different again next season. And you're going to have new players come in. You're going to have a couple new rookies come in. You might lose Cam Thomas. Um, Seth could probably not be here. Patty might not be here. Joe Harris might not be here. I mean, the effect, like you have no clue of these guys, which is going to like the confidence I could say that Mikal and CJ are staying is 100% in my opinion. But I just find it hard for this team to really.
And I'm saying this, right? Because you're saying, okay, I get it, right? Jacques Vaughn, he doesn't have a lot of time to create and establish an identity. But I look at this Lakers team. The Lakers team flipped their whole team just like us. They flipped their whole team at the deadline, and they have a established, locked in, their coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Because they didn't need, but AJ, it's because they didn't have to overturn their superstars. They just got role players. They got players that they needed that were easier to fit in with already established players. And let's be honest,
but are we talking about chemistry or we're talking about because is that what we're talking about? Or are you talking about
would
chemistry
we
or are we
agree
talking
that
about?
Darvin Ham is a better coach than JV?
Oof.
I don't even. That's like comparing shit versus shit. Yeah,
I'm
that's
just saying, like, I'm throwing that
I was
question out there.
saying.
But it also matters the players that you're bringing in.
No, that's
True.
fair.
But you also have to factor in when we traded our trades versus the Lakers trades,
Yeah.
it arguably made them better. We lost both of our superstars. So
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
true.
even fully compare the two in a sense.
But AD and Bron, they haven't been playing the whole year though. Don't worry, like I know they still
Yeah,
got their stars,
but
AD
how
and
would
Bron
you
haven't been
feel if
playing.
you got their packet? How would you feel, AJ, if you got those players that they got at the trade deadline and we
Oh no.
still had Katie and Kyrie? I guarantee you those players would fit in smoother than if we didn't have.
yeah, no,
Oh no, yeah. Like I said, I give credit.
yeah,
I
Rob
think Rob
Pelinka
Pelinka
was
should get
surgical with
GM
that.
of the year for what he
Yeah,
did.
he was surgical with that. He was
Yeah,
surgical.
that's what I wanted Sean Marks to do with Katie and Kyrie.
That's never
What
gonna
Rob
happen.
Pelinka did.
That never happened. We had that. We had that team. We had Kevin Durant. We had Kyrie Irving, and we never were able to build off that ever. We were really not able.
Well,
to.
I think we were about to, but Kyrie threw the curveball. Kyrie doesn't ask out. It's really interesting to see potentially what he did.
I guess
And
there
I
was
think they had a
always
game plan.
potential, but did you actually you expected Sean Marks to make good moves going into that trade
I
deadline?
knew he was going to make. After talking to some people, there were some moves on the table, but the big factor would have been would the other team wanted it. There were players that we wanted to leave. We had a potential to do that, but when Kyrie asks out and then they honor KD, it threw everything out the window. I mean, because you got to admit the language was a lot different with what they were willing to do. They came out and said, "Hey, we knew we need to do this. We're willing to spend." And you could tell that was the direction that they were going. And then all of a sudden Kyrie's like, "Yo, I'm done. I want out." And then once that happened, it pretty much threw. We'll never know, unfortunately, because that's the frustrating part. I do think that they were going to make what moves they needed to do. Whether they were exactly the players we want would have, that's hard to. That's impossible to, at this point, to even say that that's what happened. But I think they would have made moves. Whether it's what we wanted, we'll never know, because Kyrie wanted out, and that kind of fucked up the flow.
Shout out to Callaway. AJ, I told you Royce was worth that pick. I don't know about worth the first, but Royce has had a good. I'm not gonna lie. Has Royce had a good year to y'all? Like, was this?
I feel like Royce has been better than he's been way. I think he's had more good than bad. Clear. I think it's.
Y'all think he's worth the pick? He was worth the first round.
Well,
no, but he's been fine.
Let me ask you guys this. We did it with Joe Harris the year before. We all said Joe Harris should not be a starter. He should be coming off the bench. Same thing with Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal got thrust into the starting lineup. Never should have been a starter. Should have been a bench guy. He has played better as a bench player than he has a starter, in my opinion.
I think we agree to that. But it's
I can agree to that.
And he has been like, yes, he can be a cone on defense, but let's be honest, like he has been hitting big shots since the trade. He's been, I think I would be interested if Cypher could tell me whether he's been hitting better from three since being a bench player or being a starter. Because I feel like he's hitting better shots and playing better offensively since he's become a role player than a starter. So imagine if we had that luxury of doing that from the beginning with him, maybe it wouldn't have hurt so much that we were like, oh, we gave up a first. But
yeah, my question is like, if should a bench player should a bench player be worth a first round pick?
It depends on how well he's playing. And how many six men do we know are out there that could probably be starters on other teams? I mean,
I guess, but I don't think anyone sees Royce as a six man. But he's been good off the bench. Like,
and Claude, I don't know what you're talking about toxic. I think we're just having general conversations, honest conversations about the expectations of a team. I don't believe in like.
I asked him too. I literally added him. I was like, "What's your expectations?" If we're negative, Claude, what's your expectations?
And the thing is, it's like I can like. And the thing is, it's like I understand like wanting to wait for this team, and I get it, and I'm personally waiting too because I don't have any expectations either. But my thing is this: there's some obvious things that you have to change, and you can't like. It's just there's some stuff where it's like, what are you doing? You can't. It's not something you can just let.
So if Coach Vaughn is not coaching well,
it's just natural. If there's obvious things that need to be changed, you change them. But we don't do that ever. Would you?
I don't know what acknowledging. See, this is the issue that I have like with fandom, for me personally, is that when you talk about a team and you break it down, what I think an honest breakdown, where you look at their strengths and their weaknesses. Some people think that when you talk about their weakness or something that like a coach is not doing well or a player's not doing well, it's like you're negative. And reality and like realistic reality, that's real. It's not, doesn't have to be negative. I mean, I that's one thing I don't understand. It's like neither of these situations are perfect. The coaching is not perfect. Some of our role players are not perfect. And that's been one of the biggest issues that this team has done repeatedly, has taken players that should be in specific roles doing certain things, and they've tried to make them, like Bruce Brown said it best. He's like, I'm a guard, but the Nets had me playing the 4 and 5 spot. Like, how many times have we seen this organization take players that could be okay? So here, I'm sorry, real quick, Cypher, 3-point bench 37, so not too far off, but all right. But I just
Smith is trolling us, yo. Khalil Smith is just trolling us, bro, because he's not answering no questions. He's just coming at us. He's just trolling.
What are you? Yeah, and you're just highlighting. I haven't even said anything about Dinwiddie, quite honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, we had no problem with Dinwiddie tonight.
No one complained about Dinwiddie.
Like, I shit you not. I think people take having an honest conversation about the team as negativity and toxicity, when in reality, we're just having a conversation that you're going to have in the offseason with other people. So I think it's best we have this conversation now instead of trying to wait around for something to happen that we all know it's just not going to happen. Like, I don't know what y'all want us to say. Y'all want us to get up here and be overly positive about a team that's heavily flawed? No.
Do we not
Like,
give credit where it's due? I don't know. Like, have we never given Vaughn credit? Have we never gave Dinwiddie credit ever? Have we not? I don't
I'm
know.
saying, are we not? Did we not
And
acknowledge
let's
Dinwiddie
be
has gotten 15 plus assist games, 27 assists in like the past 3 games or some crazy stat? He's been money for us as a playmaker, but we can also critique him because he can be better in certain spots.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, and let's be honest, if you've been a Net fan for a while, you know what Dinwiddie's strengths and weaknesses are. You know when he goes, I like to call it his James Harden impression. When he goes into that, that's not when it most benefits the team. Sometimes he gets lucky and he hits a big shot or he gets a take to the basket, which this team has needed. It has needed somebody to attack the basket, and I like that Dinwiddie does that. Sometimes he chooses the wrong time, but at the same time, it's like we've also seen when this team has been on fire is when Dinwiddie looks to facilitate and attack and pass to Mikal and other people, we generally look better and have a better game than him trying to be the number one guy. And I don't think that's a negative or something terrible. It's just he did it when he was with the Mavericks. He's done it with us twice now. And we know what Dinwiddie is best at
yeah,
and what it helps us win.
If Dinwiddie's just chucking up shots and he's not making them and he's going to consistently do it and JV's keeping him in the game, how do you defend that?
yeah, especially if JV's gonna kill Cam Thomas for doing the same fucking thing.
Exactly, but and I don't know why it just now takes you to figure out to play Sumner, but I mean, hey, I'm just a fan.
But yeah, but then again, we won, so I guess that means we can't really critique the flaws. So.
It's the Houston fucking Rockets. I mean, we blew them out when we played less games together.
And it's like I don't
house.
understand it. What do you want us to say when we win games in that fashion? And it's not like, mind you, this is a team we blew out the last time we faced them. So the expectation is we should beat them relatively easily. But the fact that we have to go tooth and nail with a team that's actively trying to lose, like not even trying to hide it, they're actively trying to fucking lose. And you go down to the wire with that team, that raises some fucking critique.
Let
That
me
raises
ask anybody in the chat, like, did anybody think tonight's game was a good game besides that we pulled it out at the end and won?
No,
yeah,
no one.
nobody thought this was a good win.
And I got a question. If we're a Dinwiddie, like, can you? Okay, can you as a Dinwiddie? If you like Dinwiddie, right? Can you defend him at all last game?
No, absolutely not.
You know, there's no excuse for a guy to go 0 for 11 ever. I don't care. But when he has his good games, we will give him credit. When he's out of proportion, you have to mention it. We're not gonna just say everything's all fine and dandy when it isn't. It clearly isn't.
No.
I'm not gonna give JV the excuse every time of, well, this team is just getting together as an excuse all the time, because that doesn't give you an excuse to make basic adjustments. There are some things where you're like, okay, you can put that into perspective, yes, but when you don't make basic adjustments, that doesn't play a factor in it.
And
basic adjustments don't play a factor into this team is just getting together. Not basic adjustments. Not
if you have an issue with Coach Vaughn, let's be honest. If you had a choice of coach, you would not choose Coach Vaughn.
Nope. And I don't even think because more so it's the inconsistency we're talking about. It's not like when Spence like goes like 27, 10, and like 11 or some shit, and we're just like, oh my god, I can't wait to get him off the team. He's fucking terrible. No. I think we big up a lot of the guys that do well. We big up JV when he does well. But when it calls for critique, we're going to call for fucking critique. Like, let's be honest. You're only using this, well, he's just figuring it out now because it's only 20 games we've had here. Are we still going to use that he's just figuring it out next season? Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah.
And on top of that,
that's what Claude Smith he would say. He would be like, "Oh, guys, you guys are you guys are impatient, guy, and toxic, and we're not letting Jacques Vaughn We're not giving him enough time. That's what he was.
It's
we've
it's just
established
like I said,
it's a process. We've
Yeah.
established
my
it's a
thing is
process.
just you can't. I understand, and in some I don't expect this team to look perfect all the time. No one does, but you being a new coach who's been coaching for 10 years, by the way, it doesn't give you an excuse to not make basic adjustments. It isn't.
And
If
it doesn't take you
someone
20 games to make a simple adjustment as Seth
if
Curry
it's
is not
if
good
it's
enough to
30
be a
minutes,
backup point guard.
if your
Doesn't take you
guy
20
is going
games for
0
that.
for 11, if your guy's going 0 for 11 and is constantly kicking you in the nuts the whole game, why are you keeping him in? Oh no, you got to stick with him because he's Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah,
No.
doesn't make sense.
But when Cam Thomas does it, he's terrible, and he
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
get an
yeah, no,
excuse.
we established dude's fucking terrible and just do that. But Spencer Dinwiddie, oh no, man, you gotta
Did you
factor
see
in.
what Cypher said? Cypher, did you see Cypher's comment?
Shout out to Callaway. She
Cypher
said we
said
win in the chip.
JV's wife didn't even choose him until she had no choice.
That's kind of
Oh,
fucked up.
Cypher with the jokes.
It's
Yo,
kind of
Cypher
fucked
has
up.
the jokes tonight, yo.
Hey, I'm glad I could hop in. I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. I'm on vacation with the kids. I'm gonna go take them somewhere, but it was ugly, but we won, which I like. I just think at the end of the day, you shouldn't be too high or too low on the Nets. Just enjoy watching basketball. At least that's my opinion. That's how I'm viewing it. I already know the limit of this team in my mind. Would I like to be proven wrong and they go deep into the playoffs? Of course. Would I love if they went to the finals? Of course. But I think we all know that that is not a realistic reality for this team. The fun will take place in the offseason when we find out what we add to this team, who we draft, what happens and whatnot, and what kind of squad we're going to have next season. But I just, at the end of the day, win or loss, I can't, if I don't know what team is going to show up, why should I get like too high and emotional? Like, literally, my Nets heart was ripped out when we traded Katie and Kyrie. Like, we went from second in the East to now sixth. I thought we were going to be much lower. So I got to give the team credit for at least fighting. It sucks that we don't know which team is going to show up from night to night. I think there's a lot of reasons for that. You can't put it all on Coach Vaughn. It is a new squad. I wonder how many of these players maybe feel the same way we do in some sense of like, hey, like we know what this team is right now. We're going to try our hardest, but I think this team knows what its level of expectation, but I still think they're going to come out and fight. I mean, for whatever the reason, some days look better than others and they figure it out and they win. But at the end of the day, I'm still a fan and I'll still hope the team does good, but shout out to people. Yeah, appreciate you. I will enjoy the rest of my vacation. I got about another week and a half. So y'all have a good night. AJ, Chubbs, Rage. Love you guys.
Bro.
And I'll see you around the next time.
All right. I guess we'll be out of here. Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Shout out to B. Well, how do you feel about the Yes Network? Wait, what? Is direct to consumer now? What do you mean?
There was a thing. Hold on, let me find it.
Direct to consumer?
There was a major update to the Yes app, I believe. Hold on.
Is that a thing? Are they making people pay now?
Okay, yeah. The Yes Network is introducing direct-to-consumer subscription product today.
So, like, what's that? Like,
Let me pull up this article.
what is that, B? Just explain it in the chat, B. What are they doing? Oh, there's no more cable? Really?
Oh, okay, so
You don't need cable to watch Yesn anymore.
They're still gonna be on cable though, no?
Yeah, I'll be on cable, but I think if you're outside of New York area, you can watch Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good.
Beautiful.
That's good. A lot of people. I mean, you have to pay for it, but a lot of people like don't have Yes, and
That's what's up.
honestly, it don't really matter because you can just everybody illegally streams anyway. I gotta say that quiet before YouTube. You know. Hey.
Hey, you can't
Everybody
get
gets
that.
everybody on the streamies, bro. What you talking about? Everybody on the streamies. Like nobody's gonna pay to watch. No offense, yes, but majority of people are gonna be on the streamies. No, am I wrong on that?
Nah, because sometimes people do prefer. I think it just goes like people prefer
I
their
mean,
own.
if you have the money, if you're gonna have the money, of course you can do it. You know
They've
what I'm
got the
saying?
money.
Yeah,
You know what? See that's the catch. The fucking the monthly fees or their yearly fee might be crazy.
yeah. I saw something crazy like 24 a month or something like that.
Mm,
You know.
yeah.
All right, man. Oh, he's shout out to email. If you have a cable provider, you're good. Okay. All right, bet. Isaac, guys, the game on Sunday, the Jazz will be on My Nine channel. My
Yeah,
Nine.
I saw that. I don't know what that's
What
about.
channel is that?
Oh wait, I think the Yankees are playing.
Oh, the Yankees are playing.
Probably has something to do with that. So
Oh yeah. Once the Yankees play, it's over for the Nets on Yes, bro.
Okay, but why wouldn't Yes have like a yes and then like a yes 2 or a yes plus or something?
they
Right?
have a yes two at that. Like people don't even pay attention to yes two. It doesn't even
The
exist.
Nets should just have their own channel, but we're too cheap. Like the Knicks have their own channel. Like nothing beyond MSG. Don't the Mets?
Yeah.
The Mets have their own channel too, right?
Nah, I think yes became the Nets kind of
No, I'm
like how
talking
the
about
Mets
the Mets, New York, the Mets.
Oh, the Mets we use SNY.
Yeah,
Like
y'all have your own thing.
yeah,
The Knicks MSG is the Knicks channel. Like no one.
yeah. I don't think the Yankees will do a Yankee Stadium channel or some shit.
No, I'm saying they
like
could keep yes, but the Nets should have like their own
yeah,
kind of thing. But I don't think we have like.
uh,
I don't think they have the bread for that.
yeah. I don't think we're big enough to say let's do the own
Yeah,
our own
the Yankees could keep
channel.
yes. What I'm saying,
Like the Yankees, they're big enough to do that. The Knicks, they're big enough to do that. The Mets, they're big enough to do that. But the Nets, I don't know. I think the yes move was probably for the best because I don't really see what other channel where they can just move and say, yeah, this is exclusive and it's gonna thrive.
Oh, Dolan owns Optimum. Damn, that's probably why. Okay, I didn't know that. Shout out to BB. I didn't know he owns Optimum. Yeah, the Mets are okay. Mets are SNY. Okay.
Yeah, Mets are SNY.
The Nets. Yeah, shout out to Ramon. The Nets Network. That would be. That would be.
Yeah, I think that some Nets are under SNY too, but it's mostly Twitter, I believe. I haven't really seen much from the TV side of things.
Somebody said they should just stream it on the Barclays app. Yeah,
I'm saying make a Barclays TV channel. That'll be lit.
Yeah, Barclays channel.
Cypher says move the Nets to Cartoon Network. That'll be kind of fun. That'll be kind of
fun. The Nets Network. But that's a nice name. I like that. Nets Network. Are you guys Yankees fans? I am. Chubbs is the Mets fan.
Yes, sir.
Rage is what do you Rage?
I'm a Tigers fan, but I watch like the Yankees are probably like another fun team to watch.
Yeah, Rage is he's half Yankees, half Tigers, y'all.
The
you're 3/4 Tigers.
The Mets will be a team to watch, bro. No, don't sleep.
I know. Like I said, I watch baseball, but like I'm not like an OD baseball fan. Like,
no, I can't. I might watch the 9th inning of the home opener tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, no, if it's a close game, it's like the 8th inning. I'm home opener tomorrow. Watch a game like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like it. It's just I don't know. Like I enjoy baseball for like the first like few weeks, but it's like it gets to a point where I'm not like watching a 3-hour game where I'll fall asleep, and then I wake up an hour and a half later, and it might be like the same guy up to bat. The pitch will still be in the same score still in place. It's still 0-0. Like
nah, I get it, but I'll say this: with the rule changes to the sport now, I'd heavily recommend if you never watch baseball, definitely get into it this year because the speed of the game sped up so much. It's not even relatively as long as it is because I think like the average baseball game last year was like 3 hours and like 30 minutes. Now it's like 2 hours and change. It's like a movie. So y'all can definitely get into baseball now. That definitely moves faster with the rule changes.
Shout out to the chat. I see a lot of Yankees fans in here. Yep, Yankees Nation in here. Okay, there's a Nets fan in here. Mets fan.
Yes, sir. Fuck all y'all Yankees fans. Fuck y'all, man.
Don't listen to the chat. Yankees, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck that.
Oh, wait, there's a Giants fan in here? Okay. Giants. All right. All right, y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. Follow us on Instagram. I gotta actually change this. It's Nets Kingdom 1. That's a new Instagram, Nets Kingdom 1. And then on Twitter, all our Twitters are at the bottom. TikTok, make sure you guys follow us on TikTok if you're on TikTok. And SoundCloud. Hit us up on SoundCloud. Make sure you follow us on SoundCloud. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. So what's the next game? We'll be
I
back on.
actually don't know that.
I think it's Saturday. Is it Saturday?
Damn,
Really?
Yeah, no, we don't have another like 2 days off or something crazy. I think it's Saturday.
Damn. That's deep. That's deep. Let me double check.
That's deep.
Oh no, okay. Friday Hawks.
Ooh, that's gonna be a big game.
Friday Hawks. So Trae Young. We're gonna be playing Trae Young on Friday. All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back. We'll be back, y'all.
Energy and the juice.
I'm going ghost!